Marcie Weaver has been a fan of Skip1 since the very beginning. Marcie actually attended the very first Skip Day that was back in 2011. Marcie was diagnosed with cancer, and in her words, she didn't want to waste her cancer. So she started asking her friends to skip something every time she had to go through her chemo treatment, to shine the light not on her, but on the children that are served through Skip1. Marcie is still fighting her battle with cancer, but she feels so blessed to be able to raise money using her difficult situation to save children's lives. Please help me welcome to the stage Marcie Weaver. That's for you, Marcie. Thank you.
No, that's okay. I got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I wrote something out. I got chemo brain. We're gonna blame it on the cancer. I do that when I can. Anyways, I am such a huge fan of Skip1, and in the beginning, I was like everybody else. I used to skip little things, a coffee drink or a dress or a pedicure. There was tickle my feet anyway, so that wasn't hard. I started skipping my coworkers' Christmas presents, and I'd give them a little card that said, "Hi, I'm not giving you anything that you can hold, but we're helping children." And I have to tell you, for people who didn't actually get a tangible present that they could have, I got so many thank yous from that. And so that was a neat way to start. 2 years ago, I got cancer, and a couple little fibroids turned into, my little molehill turned into a mountain. And I have this crazy sarcoma that keeps coming back. And anytime it would become too overwhelming, I would skip it. So on the little leader thing, it's skipping chemo, icky day, like stuff like that. It was a scary time, and I learned to just lean on the strength of Jesus Christ and the love of my family and my friends. I cried, I prayed, and I skipped. When I started seeing my tumors go down, I encouraged my friends to join me, and they would skip. My tumors were way up here, and they would go down an inch every week once I started chemo. And so every week I would challenge my friends, okay, let's give this much every time an inch goes down, and most of them would do more. So it just has been a special time, to be honest with you. Taking the emphasis off myself and giving to Skip1 has helped me more than I can say. All my life I've wanted to have children, and since my surgery, that's not actually possible. And I always thought that that's how you leave your legacy, was to have children, and they grow into wonderful members of society, and that's how you leave your legacy. And I had to kind of change that perspective. But God has graciously allowed me to be involved in the lives of children through my work. I work at a great child care center. I get to live with my amazing nieces. You make me start crying. They'll say, that's what Aunt Marcie does, so just bear with me if I start crying. I get to share their awesome cousins, Blake and Brooke, and I have dear friends who I call family who have shared their children with me as well. I had the privilege of working with the middle schoolers at my church for years. And I actually got to meet the little girl that I sponsored in Uganda as well. So I've been blessed with some really wonderful kids in my life. So perhaps my legacy might be just to teach my nieces how to make the family fudge recipe. Maybe it's maybe it's the memory that one of the middle schoolers will have of some crazy old lady who used to go to camp and pull pranks on people. Or maybe my legacy will be that I was a very small part of something much bigger, which is Skip1. And being able to share in building a kitchen for hungry children or a well in a village that is in desperate need. So I love how God changes what seems like an impossible situation into something beautiful. As a result of this cancer, I get to live with the people who I love the most. I'm prayed for every day by people who I don't even know, and some of them have much more difficult infirmities than I do. I get to have friends who would do just about anything to relieve my pain and discomfort. And you know what? When I skip my tumors and my chemo and my treatments, children get fed. How about that? Thank you, Skip1. You are awesome, Shalene, and I just appreciate everything that you guys do to help children around the world. Thank you.